Hey there guys, this is Niran here and welcome to another episode of Career Mode. And today we have two games up for you as usual. I think you've probably guessed that by now, pretty much every episode has two games in them, apart from the first one, whichever one. But nonetheless, anyway, carrying on. The first game is up against Liverpool, a fairly big team. I mean, I'm a Liverpool fan, I would have said they were a big team a while ago, but it might be a little bit easier, but they've still got big players like Suarez, Coutinho, Sturridge are going to be difficult to play against. And then second of all, we got Norwich in the Premier League. Did I say that the Liverpool game was in the Capital One Cup? Well, if I didn't, then I'm mentioning it now. It is in the Capital One Cup. We beat Sunderland 3-2 a few episodes ago, and that set up this cup tie now with Liverpool. Anyway, I wanted to go into the sort of team selection. I want to get a few young players into the team, so that's where you can see Samir Kaluz is on the bench, and Gary Gardner actually starts this one. Andy Vyman, I think, comes on later as well. And I wanted to play a young goalkeeper, but I forgot, basically. So Guzan is again in goal, and the defence is unchanged with Lahr and Clark and the such like. In central defence, Lowton and Cheikhembenge are the fullbacks. Anyway, off topic slightly, it's nice to see that we've been issued a ball for this game, because I have this glitch sometimes on my game. I have many glitches on my FIFA. It's really annoying. It's very frustrating, but still, this is one of them, where I'm just not given a ball. I'm just expected to kick around literally air for 90 minutes, and it's not very interesting, and slightly impossible, really, but nonetheless, a fantastic shot. Well, it wasn't fantastic, really, but a nice move. Some nice play from Nzogbia. Benteke hits the post. I must be the most unluckiest YouTuber and FIFA player in the world, because I just hit the post and crossbar constantly. But as I was blabbering on about that, Steven Gerrard picks the ball up after a bit of jam there with the bounce there off Jonjo Shelvey, and that made it 1-0. A fantastic save there from Pepe Reina as well from Arnautovic's shot, and another one coming up here from Gary Gardner. But it was still 1-0 to Liverpool, and it was edging towards half time, and I needed a goal, and I needed one fast. And Nzogbia picked the ball up and set up a 4-against-2 situation, and Arnautovic was in. Danny was, for some reason, the furthest player back for Liverpool, even though he's a midfielder who doesn't actually play for them. They must have signed him at some point. But anyway, Arnautovic scored. Great finish, actually. Nice composure, and blasting it into the bottom left/right, depending on which way you're looking. Corner, past Pepe Reina, who'd been playing well up until this point, and there was not much you could do about that. Great play from the Austrian, and that's why I bought him, to be a clinical finisher, because we didn't really have one in the team. Well, at least we definitely didn't after Darren Bent left for Newcastle. Anyway, a yellow card picked up there by Kieran Clark, and that left Lucas Leiva stricken on the floor, clutching his thigh/knee calf area. That would just be the leg in general. That wasn't great body knowledge there. It was clearly the knee slide that injured him. He really shouldn't have been doing that. I'm not sure what he was thinking. Knee sliding in the middle of a game. Who does that? But anyway, Nzogbia cuts in past Jonjo Shelvey, unleashes a shot. It's fumbled in the end, really, by Pepe Reina, and it falls to the head even of Christian Benteke, who's there to nod into an empty net, and that made it 2-1, and we were leading against Liverpool. I was running around my living room at this point. We were beating a big team again, and against Tottenham it all went down the pan. Against City it wasn't even allowed to get into a situation where it could go down the pan, mainly because of the referee. Maybe that's just sour grapes, I don't know, but anyway. And then, just speaking of the referees, what in God's name is this about? Kieran Clark there, just with Jonjo Shelvey, gives him a little push in the back, maybe, just holding on to him, just, not giving him any room, and that's a yellow card/a red. I mean, I don't even know what's going on, but I had to change the formation to bring in 5 at the back, because I needed compensation. There were a few minutes left, but I needed to make sure I had 2 centre-backs. And I brought off, I think it was Gary Gardner in the end for Nathan Baker. He was the sacrifice, unfortunately. He was tired as well. He had a decent game, so I decided to give him a bit of a rest and bring on Nathan Baker. And I think at the same time I brought off Nzogbia for somebody, not sure who. You'll see in a minute. I'll see in a minute. Who was it? It was Stilian Petrov. Or was it? It must have been Stilian Petrov. I actually don't know. But anyway, yeah, and there was just a few changes going on. Thankfully, we just about held on with 10 men for no apparent reason. I don't know why Kieran Clark was sent off, to be honest. It was Stilian Petrov, as you can see there. And Arnautovic, they're happy with his goal. Benteke happy with his. Benteke just reflecting real life, grabbing some goals. At this point that I've just commentated, he has just scored How many goals? How many goals? He's just scored 3 goals against Sunderland. So, yeah, reflecting how he's doing in real life. And this is Kieran Clark just coming back to me and saying that bit of a stutter there. The food is just so strange in England. Well, come on, you're from Ireland. It's not that much different. But anyway, hey, I don't know. Maybe I'm being pedantic, but I'm really not sure why an Irishman is homesick in England, because he's not going to go to Ireland. He's not going to go to the Irish League. You can just see it happening. I'm going to sell him, and he'll just go to Chelsea, and it'll be purely for the money, or Champions League football or whatever, and he won't actually go to Ireland, and he'll be as homesick as he was previously. So, I don't know, that makes no sense to me. But, hey, he doesn't like the food in England. I don't know if it's that much different in Ireland. I've never been to Ireland, but hey, I don't know, he wants different food, and he's off, basically. Well, I think he's off anyway. I'll get the board's approval in, what do you call it, January, that's the month, and, yeah, they'll sort of decide on whether I should sell him or whether I should keep him. But anyway, next game up is against Norwich. It's a home game against again in the Barclays Premier League even. And here we go. Snazzy intro. Nice little play there from Benteke. Though I'm describing the intro, it's not actually happening in the game. But Snodgrass there with some very strange outside of the boot shot. And that's the end of the intro. But anyway, yeah, so going into this game, I was a little bit confident. I mean, we've just beaten Liverpool, for crying out loud. Norwich, you know, I thought, well, you know, I think we should be getting a win out of this. But no, I mean, you'll see. But John Ruddy, I'm just to back up my, I just hit the post twice in one shot. It hit John Ruddy, hit the post, and then hit. I don't even understand. But anyway, yeah, there were the possession stats at half time with 61% possession. They'd have no shot. Christian Teo there weaving through, having a shot. John Ruddy with the save. Benteke, I think they're just coming off as well. Teo again cuts inside, goes for the finesse, and John Ruddy was just Superman in this game. Why? I don't know, but he chose this game to become Superman. Arnautovic hits the post again. So the 3rd time in this game I've hit the post. The 4th time in this whole episode I've hit the post. And that is it. 0-0. 0-0 for crying out loud. It was 0-0. As you can imagine, John Ruddy got man of the match. But, I don't even understand. Anyway, there's some great news. Barry Bannon is back from his sort of pulled calf injury. And here is the squad report. A little bit disappointing in that game, but anyway, we'll come to the squad report. Brad Guzan there up a few. Lowton up 3 as well. Really nice there. Baker at 1. Chaiken Benge up 3. I did not expect him to go up that much at all. And Zogbia there at 1, which is nice. Bit of progression in that month. The green exclamation mark you see, if you don't know, that means they've gone up a stat in that month that you're looking. So Benteke hasn't gone up this month, but he's gone up 1 stat previous to that. Arnautovic is on the same stats. Liam Petrov, unfortunately, has gone down, along with Richard Dunn quite a lot. Christian Teo, I'm a bit disappointed about his lack of growth at the moment. Along with Vyman Gardner up 3, we already know that he was at that point before. Ashley Westwood's gone up 1 this month. Barry Bannon, his sort of development hasn't, continued at all because he's been injured for this whole month, I think, pretty much. And there, Andy Marshall gone down. That's what the red one means, just in case you didn't know. And just on the players out on loan, Nathan Delfonso, the only man to go up a stat out of those. Jack Grealish as well. Chris Hurd up 2. Joe Bennett, was that up 5? Is that up 5? That's up 5. That's incredible. Jordan Bowery up 4 as well, which is quite nice. Ryan Burke hasn't gone up at all. Cooper Silla up 3, and I'm looking forward to having him back, because he looks pretty decent, does Odia Kubasilla. But anyway, that is about it. I'm going to end it here at about the 9-minute mark. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. A little bit frustrating there towards the end, but a great way to start the episode, I suppose, with that win against Liverpool. Anyway, it has been a pleasure talking and ranting at you today. Enjoy yourselves. Like, subscribe, and favourite, and do all that. And goodbye.